skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2024 ski test. We've got a Kastle PX81 for you today. This ski returns unchanged from last year and just remains a very unique ski in Kastle's lineup in that it has this front side shape and profile to it, but a little bit different, of a construction. So the big thing about this one is that it doesn't have any metal in it. And when you get on it, you would pretty much swear to all things that it does. The performance is that damp, stable, and solid that it just makes you feel like this thing has a full race build, but it doesn't. It happens to be quite a bit lighter, more maneuverable, more manageable, but when you let it run and get this thing going on groomed terrain, it's about as strong as it gets. So very unique combination of attributes in this PX81 and just a great ski for most frontside activities with a big range too. Intermediate through expert level skiers will really enjoy kind of the energy and the pop as well as the stable feel of this ski. Build is pretty interesting. You know, they do use a blend of poplar and beech wood stringers, a little bit thinner than what we see in some other skis in this range, certainly thinner than the MX line. And then we do get their carbon application and 2 sheets of fiberglass. So poplar beech, fiberglass, and carbon are the ingredients here, and they all add up to a very strong ski. We do get that hollow tech in the shovel as well, so that takes up any of the vibrations. You know, normally if you have carbon, you get a little bit of a pingy feel to it. You know, having a vibration damping system like that hollow tech goes a long way at muting the din a little bit of how this ski feels on snow. It definitely feels like a quieter and more stable format with just a ton of energy. You know, love the pop of that carbon and the fiberglass. Really gives this thing a great rebound from tip to tail when you're making those subsequent link turns on groomers. This is about as energetic as it gets. You know, some good camber discussion here as well with that energy built in. Anytime we're looking at a ski without metal, they kind of take more liberties with the camber to get energy built into the ski. It wants to return to this natural form. So when they build a bend into it, it's going to want to snap back and get back to that natural spot. But not a whole lot to talk about in terms of rocker. Certainly, I would consider this a fully cambered ski with long effective edge and very minimal taper. Kind of that nice rounder tip shape. I think this oversized shovel, you know, this ski's been around for a couple years, kind of ahead of its time in terms of where the trend is, at least these days, for oversized shovels in skis of this width. And then more of that squared off tail. We do get that metal insert back here. It does give it a little bit extra horsepower at the very end, as well as just kind of keeping it a little bit quieter and more predictable throughout. But no taper back here. And if they're calling this rocker, sure, but in my mind, that's a fully cambered ski with you know, just a tad of splay at the end to separate it from a true race ski and just open up a little bit of that accessibility to that intermediate realm. 13.8 meters here in this 165, so loves to carve across the fall line for sure, but also because it's light and you're able to break free from that radius and make those shorter, skidded, more subsequent turns where you're jamming on your edges. Really good at doing those things as well as drawing it out and making that clean round turn. But great ski. I think this one's pretty overlooked. Certainly, you know, has that bigger range, that nicer quality to it that make this a really appealing ski for a lot of skiers that spend most of their time on groomed terrain, which, you know, is actually most of us. So make sure you check out this Kastle PX81 here at SkiEssentials.com, and we'll see you out there on the hill. Bye.